Well, we're back with more great events this weekend. We take turns writing script a lot, and it's always hard to kind of pare down. We start off with 20 events. It's like, which ones are the most important? Which ones do you think that people are going to want to know more about?
Right, right.
Well, this is a great, the Love List at the Old Opera House, which is a favorite of mine. I think this is funny because it's like two men make a list of the attributes of the perfect woman.
It's actually it's a gift from one of the guys to the other. He says, the one guy's divorced, and his friend wants to give him a woman to sort of a woman who would match his expectations for the perfect woman. Well, of course, things don't turn out. You be careful what you wish for, because you might get it, and then it might not be what you expect.
Because perfection is never what it seems.
It is kind of, and it has a kind of a magical realism, because this is an unusual dating site that he's worked, or dating service that he's working with. But there's actually a woman that does come that matches their list, and as the list changes, so does she. So it's.
Well, I think it's interesting, even though this is about two men, it's actually written by a woman. So I think she had a lot of fun writing the script.
I think so.
So this, let's get that information on screen. It's called the Love List. It's Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays through Sunday, February 16th at the Old Opera House. That's in downtown Charlestown, West Virginia. If you want more information, call the number you see on there on screen. Well, we do a lot of stories on authors. Here's another book signing and art display. You want to talk a little bit about Kathleen?
Kathleen Renninger, she's lived in the Summit Hill area for 35 years or so with her husband, and she, in the 80s, decided to begin to record the world of nature that she saw around her. So she got a sketchbook and began to sketch and draw, paint, and just collected and improved as an artist. Now she's quite good. She does realistic drawings, sketches of nature, scenes, small scenes, and so some of that she's collected in this book. She also has some poems. It's arranged month by month, and so she has a poem for each month. She's really quite a well-rounded creative person. And she's also in the past done articles for a model railroad magazine.
Right.
About how to create landscapes and so forth. So interesting person, and I look forward to seeing the book.
Well, I thought it was interesting too that she works in such a range of mediums. I mean, graphite pencil, watercolors, colored pencils, oil pastels. There's so many things, and to be an artist that can work in in so many versions is quite remarkable. And
she'll be there for the book signing, of course, so she'll be able to meet people who come to see the book and buy a copy. Yeah,
her book, by the way, is called Pages from a Nature Lover's Diary, which I think is perfect because that's basically what she was doing. She had a diary. So let's get information on screen. That's book signing and art display with Kathleen Renninger. That's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday at Blue Ridge Summit Free Library. That's in Blue Ridge Summit. It's free to get in. You can call the phone number or email that email you see up on screen for more information. Well, we've talked a couple times about the Fine Arts Company here in Hagerstown. They're going to have another event.
They've just opened recently, like half a year ago or so. They have a lot of events like this to draw people in, but also to sort of highlight local artists and trends. This is Kellyanne Badarek, who has a studio here in Hagerstown, but she shows her work all over the Mid-Atlantic area. She specializes in sort of they're friendly-looking monsters and dinosaurs and animals, and they have this real charming personality to them, so that you kind of want to hug them, and I mean, they're really charming.
Yeah, I was flipping through the to see her work, and I just had to smile the whole time. They're just they're little you just want to pinch their cheeks.
Yes, yeah, and so she's showing how she creates this, how she brings her. You can have 100 artists do a pig, and you'll get 100 different versions of a pig. Hers are just so endearing. It's just really marvelous. So, and she's well trained. She has a BFA that she got from Campbell University in Fine Arts, and then also a ceramic arts degree from Hood. So she's local, has local roots, and she'll be she's influenced by science fiction, fantasy. So that kind of comes out in her monsters and her animals.
Well, let's get that information up on screen. That's sculpting demonstrations with Kellyanne. How do we pronounce her last name?
Badarek.
Badarek. That's 4 p.m. Saturday, the Fine Arts Company. That's on Garland Grove Boulevard. It's near Best Buy. That's where in that shopping center in Hagerstown. It's free to get in, and there's a phone number and email for more information. So the next event is the Cumberland Valley Sampler. And I thought this was interesting because they're actually the daughter organization of the Chambersburg Community Theater.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. That's what we do. We do this research every week, people. We actually do. And I thought they're going to be accompanied by a live 12-piece band. And we've seen them. We get a lot of briefs, of course, as we call the little calendar listings, from them. And they do all these great shows every year. I just think it's pretty amazing. They're going to have this Salute the Imperatives. I can't even talk today. It's music, dance, skits, audience. They're big on audience participation for this event. There's going to be about 80 people. There's going to be special guests. I think the mayor might be showing up or something like that. And the thing I thought was fun, and I didn't know about this about other events of theirs, they're going to have like $500 worth of prizes that are going to give away through this audience participation. Now, Bob Eiler in the Moeller organ, he's going to be doing a pre-show at 5:40 before the event.
Sort of warm up the audience.
Yeah, so, you know, I think it's always fun to hear an old organ in a theater, and, you know, that theater's been around for a long time.
Right.
So let's get that information up on screen. That's the Cumberland Valley Sampler. That's Saturday. Pre-music starts at 5:40, show at 6. It's at the Capitol Theater. That's in downtown Chambersburg. $5 again, and which is actually a pretty good price. If you're getting $500 worth of prizes, you might win. There's a phone number or email for more information. Well, this other event is also in Martinsburg. That wasn't in Martinsburg, but it's in Martinsburg because the Talent Show Extravaganza.
Yep, and again, very much a community-based event where folks from the area are coming to show off their musical talent, their other talents. It's kind of like Martinsburg's Got Talent, you know, right there on the screen, on your stage. Which is nice, you know, when you see folks that you know in other areas, other ways of life, you know, showing their talent. It's kind of neat.
Well, I think it's funny though. Not funny for them, but it seems that every year when they have this show, it snows. And if anybody knows what the weather forecast is this weekend,
well,
I think it might be rescheduled again. Well, let's get that information up on screen. That's the Talent Show Extravaganza. That's 7 p.m. on Saturday at the Apollo Civic Theater. That's in downtown Martinsburg. $10 at the door. Go for that website for more information. Well, we have a lot of information. You can always check us out every day in the calendar. That's Sunday through Friday. And check with us back here next week for more events.